हेलो गाइस, दिस इज़ सिग्मा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एक्सीलेंस और आज हम कर रहे हैं गाला इकोनॉमिक्स का पेपर नंबर 2, जिसका अब हम लास्ट सेक्शन पर आए हैं, सेक्शन नंबर ई। तो हमारा 57 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है, डिफाइन मनी एंड एक्सप्लेन इट्स फंक्शंस। तो ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, तो इसे थोड़ा ध्यान से कीजिएगा। इन ऑर्डिनरी लैंग्वेज मनी मीन्स कॉइन्स एंड नोट्स issued by government or central bank of the country, but money has a special meaning in economics. Money may be defined as following: money is the medium which is used as a mean of exchange without any doubt or investigation regarding less of time and place. ये डेफिनेशन मार्शल जी ने दी है, अल्फ्रेड मार्शल। अब रॉबर्टसन जी ने भी एक डेफिनेशन दी है। रॉबर्टसन डेफिनेशन मनी वॉज what is accepted universally in exchange of goods and services. Thus, that which performs the functions of money is called money. In other words, money is what money does. The main functions of money are as follow. सबसे पहला function है as a medium of exchange. The main function of money is to facilitate transactions in the economy, and any person can exchange goods or services against money and satisfy his wants by buying what he wants. A factor works gets wage against his service in the form of money, and then he buys goods from the market as a medium of exchange. Money has removed the inconveniencing of doubt, coincidence of wants in the barter system. Second है as a measure of value. The investigation of money has removed the difficulty of barter system. Commodity money is the measuring rod of a value of commodity and services. As well, value are expressed in money. Every commodity has its value expressed in money, and for all individuals the value would be the same. However, the measuring rod itself, that is money, should remain stable. Third, as a store of value. Value of good can be stored in the form of money. Money does not get rotated as perceivable commodity do. It can not only be stored but also be transferred easily from place to place. It can be used in future. Money can be stored with a view to buy something which may be cheaper to buy in future. Inconvenience of barter is removed by the investigation of money. Fourth, as a standard of defer payment. Defer payment are those which are to made at some future date. As people has confidence in money, debts can be easily settled through money. Even durable good depreciated over a long period of time. Therefore, its repayment is to be made in such goods. Their original leaders would be at a disadvantage as they would get a depreciated assets. Since money is considered to stable in value. Its use as a standard of defer payment is widely accepted. The following couplet summaries the 4 functions of money. Money is a matter of 4 functions, a medium of measure, standard of storing value. In short, in modern society, money has removed the inconvenience of barter system and hence economic development by providing impulses टू सेव एंड इन्वेस्टमेंट। यहाँ हमारा 57 नंबर का क्वेश्चन ख़त्म हो गया है। तो अब हम आते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 58 पर। एक्सप्लेन एम्प्लॉयमेंट ओरिएंटेड प्रोग्राम फॉर पॉवर्टी एरिडिकेशन। तो फॉर पॉवर्टी एरिडिकेशन एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन इज़ वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट फैक्टर्स। सम ओरिएंटेड employment program for poverty eradication are as follow. First, इंटीग्रेटेड रूरल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम मतलब IRDP. ड्यूरिंग द 6th 5-year plan, different programs for rural poor were merged in IRDP on 2nd October 1980. The main objective of IRDP is encourage poor families for self-employment so that they can get more income to rise above the poverty line. This program focused on small and marginal farmers, agricultural laborers and rural artisans to get employment. Second, Suvarna Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana SGSY. On 1st April 1991, IRDP and other programs such as TRYSEM or WCRA etc. integrated with it were merged and named as Suvarna Jayanti Gram Swarojgar Yojana. Under this Yojana, in rural areas, apart from development of small trade, self-help groups were also provide infrastructure facility, technology, loan facility, market for finished goods to rural poor. Wage employment scheme. The main objective of wage employment scheme was to provide self-employment to those poor who do not have any other source of income than physical labor. This scheme do not only provide self-employment in the slack regions but also provide employment during the floods, drought, scarcity and other natural calamities. Under these schemes, developing infrastructure services in rural areas, it is tried that labor should get proper salaries. This scheme included Jawahar Rozgar Yojana JRY and Employment Ensure Scheme EAS. Third, Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana PMRY. In the decades of 1990s, employment generation is organized sector was stagnant and in the public sector negative growth was noticed. So unemployment rate was rising fast. On the situation, Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana was started for self-employment with the objective to provide employment to educated unemployed. Fourth, National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 2005 मतलब NREGA. In the year 2005, NREGA was accepted. The objective of NREGA is to create asset through public construction and to provide employment to one person per family of minimum 100 days to rural and urban poor as well as the lowest mid class families. In 2009, NREGA was reformed as Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act मतलब MG NREGA. अब इसमें हमारा 58 नंबर का क्वेश्चन ख़त्म हो गया है. अब हम आते हैं 59 नंबर के क्वेश्चन के ऊपर. तो 59 नंबर का क्वेश्चन है, हाउ मैनी फैक्टर्स आर देयर टू अफेक्ट द पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ, डिस्कस इन डिटेल. तो इसमें हमारे 3 फैक्टर बताए गए हैं. सबसे पहला फैक्टर है हमारा सोशल फैक्टर. ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 59 का आंसर है, याद रखना. तो सोशल फैक्टर्स, सबसे पहला है यूनिवर्सलिटी ऑफ मैरिज. इन इंडिया मैरिज इज अ रिलीजियस ritual. The society doubts an unmarried person, so every man and woman were disabled person entire in a institute of marriage. Thus, due to universality of marriage, birth rate remains high. फिर सेकेंड है अर्ली मैरिज एंड विडो रीमैरिज. इन इंडिया चाइल्ड मैरिज इज बैन बाय लॉ. Even through this, still get married. So there were long span of fertility result in the birth of more child. The widow remarriage in India was happened supported by many and hence it resulted in high birth rate or population growth. Third, craze for a male child. Indian society is a male dominated society. So more important is given to the son rather than the daughter because of first a blind belief that a son birth can stop them for reaching the hell named Po. Second, son can continue procreation, and third, son can support financially during old age. Due to this expectation, a son, the family size become larger. This is also cause for a high birth rate or population growth rate. Fourth, joint family system. In the rural areas of India, there privileges joint family system in most of the families. As a result, the financial responsibility of upbringing of a child is shared among all the family's members, and hence a child does not become a burden on the family. This leads to high birth rate. सेकेंड फैक्टर है इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर. उसमें पहला पॉइंट है लो लेवल ऑफ एजुकेशन. देयर इज अ क्लोज रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन फीमेल एजुकेशन एंड हाई बर्थ रेट. Inadequate education makes it difficult to understand the need for small families, and so family size tends to become large. It has been found that as compared to illiteracy women, the educated woman gives birth to less number of children. Thus, it can be said that birth rate is high because of illiteracy and low education. Second point है low level of income. The birth of a child is considered to be an asset rather than a burden. It is commonly said that more the merrier. It is expected that a child also contributes in the income of the family in future. Third, high infant mortality rate. Out of every 1,000 child born in a year, the number of child death before 1 year of age is called infant mortality rate. In India, because of poverty, less care is given to girl child. Lack of nutritious food, frequent abortions among women, inadequate medical facilities, less gap between two child, etc. The death of a child are more, and hence there is a high tendency to give more birth, which has resulted in high birth rate. थर्ड फैक्टर है अदर फैक्टर्स. इसमें सबसे पहला पॉइंट है हाई फर्टिलिटी रेट. इन अ गिवन ईयर फॉर एवरी 1,000 फीमेल्स in the age group of 15 to 49, the number of living live children born in is known as fertility rate. In India population structure, high fertility is a specialty. In India, the age gap between 15 to 49 is considered as a fertility period for women. In 1961, only an average woman in their fertility period gave birth to 6 children, which held to 3 in 2011. For this high rate, two reasons are: first, early marriage, and second, low proportion of unmarried women in fertility age group. Due to this, birth rate remains high or population remains high. Third, lack of family planning information. Family planning refers to decisions on the size of family and maintain gap between two child. In India, poverty, social customs and religious belief combined with low level of education, etc. are obstacle to family planning. Moreover, lack of knowledge regarding various measures of family planning and sometimes scarcity of those leads to high birth rate. अब इसी में हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 59 ख़त्म हो गया है. अब चलते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 60 पर. हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 है डिस्कस इन डिटेल द जेंडर रेशियो, मतलब नंबर ऑफ फीमेल पर 1,000 मेल इन गुजरात. तो अब आते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 पर. ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 का आंसर है. थोड़ा इधर उधर है, आप लोग मैनेज कर लीजिएगा. द नंबर ऑफ फीमेल इन द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ अ कंट्री पर 1,000 मेल इज आइडेंटिफाई एज अ जेंडर रेशियो और सेक्स रेशियो ऑफ फीमेल मेल रेशियो. In the study of population, gender ratio plays an important role. Falling number of females per 1,000 males in the population create various social implications in the country. Due to skill skew gender ratio, the number of problem arises in the economy regarding marriage, family, reproduction, etc. By getting a clear picture of gender ratio, it is possible to understand the cause of adversity in gender ratio, and efforts can be made to solve the problem. In India, by studying the gender ratio, it is seen during the period of 1901 to 1999, the gender ratio was reduced to 9:7 from 9:7. This reduction indicates the adversity of gender ratio. In decades of 1991 to 2001, this ratio increased to 90:40, but this is not a sufficient change. Overall, the adverse female-male ratio in India become a very serious problem. In India, with the expansion of Kerala, all other states have low female-male ratio. According to 2001 census, there was 1084 females per 1000 males in Kerala. In 1951, female-male ratio in Gujarat was 984 female, which has been decreased to 1980 in 2011. The lowest female-male ratio was 879 females in Haryana. It has been found that there are social, economical and cultural factors responsible for the adverse female-male ratio in India. It is created due to the following reasons. First, in India society, the status of women has been low since ancient time. Women were generally neglected. Daughters get less nutrition as compared to sons. Or during illness, girls are not given adequate medical care. The craze for male child or improve in medical science has encouraged female feticides. To stop, the government has imposed ban on sex detection legally, but largely it has been only on papers. In states which are economically prosperous like Punjab, Haryana and Gujarat, this disparity become female and male is more. Dowry system also contributes towards the neglected of girls. Apart from this, early marriage, frequently childbirth, has adverse effect on the health of women. This leads to high death rate among minor and adult female and result in low female population as compared to male. In society, the adverse female-male ratio created many problems such as changes in social relationship and structure, and marriage will be severely affected in future. तो ये हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 खत्म हो गया. क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 था जेंडर रेशियो के बारे में लिखना था. अब हम आते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 61 पर. तो हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 61 क्या है? डिस्कस द पॉइंट्स टू प्रूव इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर. अब एग्रीकल्चर के इम्पोर्टेंस बताने हैं हम. ये है हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 61 का आंसर. ठीक है. Since ancient time, India, due to high dependency on agriculture sector for agriculture production, employment and export income, India has been called an agricultural nation. According to the 2011 census, big proportion of India's population, that is 68.8% living in rural area, is dependent on agriculture. If agriculture production falls, then the income of a big mass gets negatively affected. Due to this, demand of industrial production is reduced. Thus, industries are not getting enough raw material. This leads to failure in industrial sector. Thus, agriculture failure leads to failure of industrial sector. The failure of agriculture sector and industrial sector badly affected the service sector of a country. As a result, it faces falls in the demand and income. Thus, it can be said that if agriculture falls, then entire economy of a country falls, and If agriculture succeeds, the whole nation progress. Hence, agriculture sector is known as backbone of the nation. In India, since 1956, efforts are made to industrialize the nation, but even today, India is known as an agriculture-oriented economy. During planning period, dependency on agriculture production, income, employment, export, revenue, etc. have been reduced. In spite of this, even today the development rate of economy is dependent on the growth of agriculture sector. Presently, agriculture sector provides maximum employment to the economy, but it contributes to national income as compared to the other sector of economy is least. क्वेश्चन नंबर 61 खत्म हो गया. अब हम आते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 62 पर. तो हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 62 है, क्वेश्चन नंबर 62 है, सेट द मीनिंग ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन एंड एक्सप्लेन इट्स पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट्स. अर्बनाइजेशन एक्सप्लेन करना है और उसके पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट्स बताने हैं हमें. तो ये हमारा है क्वेश्चन नंबर 62 का आंसर. ठीक है. जनरली द माइग्रेशन ऑफ पीपल फ्रॉम रूरल एरियाज टू अर्बन एरियाज इज नोन एज अर्बनाइजेशन. At present, it can be said that urbanization is taken place at a faster rate, which indicates a fast rate of economic development. This has resulted in various effects known as effects of urbanization. These effects are of two types as follow. फर्स्ट है पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन एंड सेकंड इज नेगेटिव इफेक्ट ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन. लेकिन हमें क्वेश्चन में सिर्फ पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन समझाने को कहा है, तो हम सिर्फ वही लिखेंगे. पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन. वेरियस वेलकम इफेक्ट्स क्रिएट बाय अर्बनाइजेशन आर नोन एज पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट ऑफ अर्बनाइजेशन. दे आर एज फॉलो. फर्स्ट, increase in infrastructure facility. Due to urbanization, there is a continuous increase in infrastructure facilities like education, health, banking, transportation, communication, insurance, electricity, etc. These facilities create more employment opportunity that leads to income rise and rise in purchasing power, which necessitates the setting up of new industries, and this cycle keeps move on. Second point is reduction in poverty. Due to urbanization, industry and service sector creates large scale employment in cities, which reduce poverty. Rural poor and unemployed who come to urban areas get employment according to their capabilities, which also leads to reduce in poverty. Third, cultural development. In cities, advanced education facilities are available, so an individual can attain all-round development, which improves the personality of an individual and makes him a cultural and individual of society. Also the urban people enrich them culturally, utilize libraries, which modern facilities, book stall and various cultural program. Fourth है ultra modern health service. Due to process of urbanization, population in urban areas require better and ultra modern health service. Along with education, today we can see number of multi-specialist hospitals flourishing in cities where ultra modern treatment is available for every disease at one place. Also, government and local self-government start hospitals which directly depends the poor and the middle class in the society. This facility influence positively the health and productivity of the people. Fifth, social effect and modern thinking. The thinking of the people of urban areas in modern education, education, culture development, and modern means of communication. Such facilities make urban people quickly adapt to the modern world. Fifth, high standard of living. Urbanization result in rise in income and the availability of modern infrastructure facility. As a result, the standard of living is higher in urban areas as compared to the rural areas. तो यहाँ हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 62 खत्म हो गया. अब हमारा लास्ट क्वेश्चन है 63 नंबर का, जो कि है ग्राफ. तो ग्राफ पहले हम एक बार देख लेते हैं क्या क्या दिया है ग्राफ में. देखो यहाँ पर ईयर्स बता रखे हैं 1981, 1991, 2001 और 2011. और यहाँ पर हमें एक जगह एक्सटेंड ऑफ लिटरेसी इन इंडिया का बताया गया है और एक जगह गुजरात का बताया गया है. तो किस तरीके से लिटरेसी बढ़ रही है वो बताया गया है. तो पहले क्वेश्चन देख लेते हैं हम, फिर उसके बाद हम एक बार ग्राफ सॉल्व करके दिखा देंगे बस. तो चलिए अब ग्राफ देख लेते हैं. तो ये ग्राफ पहले हमें ईयर्स दे रखे थे, तो हम नीचे लाइन पाड़ के ईयर्स लिख देंगे 1981, 1991, 2001 और 2011. फिर दूसरी लाइन में हम लिखेंगे नंबर्स. जिस तरीके से लिटरेसी बढ़ रही थी, 44 था, 52 था, 65, 74, ऐसे ऐसे नंबर्स लिख रहेंगे. तो हम 10 से 10, 20, 30 ऐसे करके पूरे 100 तक नंबर लिख लिए हमने. अब सबसे पहले हम इंडिया का बनाते हैं. तो इंडिया में क्या था, इंडिया में हमारा सबसे पहला था 44%. अगर आपके पास गाला है तो आप गाला खोल के बैठ सकते हैं, तो क्या क्वेश्चन और ज़्यादा अच्छे से समझ आएगा. तो सबसे पहला हमें बताया था कि 44% इंक्रीज़ हुआ है. तो हम यहाँ जाएंगे 4 और 44 पर लाइन पाट देंगे. देन फिर अब आते हैं गुजरात पे. गुजरात पे बताया था 45%. तो 50 और 40 के बीच में 50% पर दूसरी लाइन पाट देंगे, देख सकते हैं आप. और यहाँ पर क्योंकि हम क्लस्टर बार डायग्राम बना रहे हैं तो इसीलिए हमें एक पे डिज़ाइन करना ज़रूरी है. अभी ये फ़ोटो ढंग से आई नहीं है तो आपको पता नहीं चल रहा होगा, लेकिन यहाँ पर डिज़ाइन है. हमने इसमें क्या किया, इंडिया के लिटरेसी पर डिज़ाइन किए हैं और गुजरात की खाली छोड़ दी है. तो इससे आप अच्छे से समझ सकते हैं. फिर देन सेकेंड 1991 में कितना था, इंडिया में 52. तो 50 और 60 के बीच में इससे 2 आगे और ये आ गया हमारा 52. और गुजरात में कितना था 61. तो 60 से एक लाइन आगे 61 पर लाइन काट देंगे. अब हमारा 1981 हो गया, 1991 हो गया. अब आते हैं 2001 पर. 2001 पर सबसे पहले इंडिया का था 65%. तो हम 70 और 60 के बीच में 65% पर मार्क करेंगे. और गुजरात में हमारा था 69%. तो वो भी वहीं आएगा, लेकिन 70 से 2 पॉइंट नीचे आएगा. देख सकते हैं आप 2001 भी बन गया है. अब आते हैं लास्ट 2011 पर. तो इसमें हमारा पहले इंडिया का लिटरेसी लेवल 74% बोला है. तो 74 मतलब 70 और 80 के बीच में जाकर 2-3 स्टेप आगे 74 पर लाइन पाट देंगे. और अब आते हैं गुजरात का. तो गुजरात पर 79% बताया, तो 80 के एक नीचे, जस्ट एक नीचे लाइन पाट देंगे. ये हमारा ग्राफ कंप्लीट हो गया. यहाँ आपको ये लिखना पड़ेगा. ये आइटम के बारे में बताया है कि जिस पे भी मार्क है वो इंडिया का है और जिसमें मार्क नहीं है वो गुजरात का है. और ये हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 63 है. और अब आप लोगों को स्क्रीनशॉट लेना है तो आप ले सकते हो, मैं वेट करूँगी. ये पहला क्वेश्चन नंबर 57 का आंसर है, देख लीजिए. अब आते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 52 पर, जिसमें हमें प्रोग्राम्स बताने थे पॉवर्टी के, कि मतलब गवर्नमेंट ने कौन से प्रोग्राम्स बनाए हैं. तो आप इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं. ये 4 प्रोग्राम्स थे. अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 59 मतलब फैक्टर अफेक्टिंग पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ. तो इसमें टोटल 3 फैक्टर्स थे. सबसे पहला सोशल फैक्टर, फिर आता है हमारा इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर, फिर अदर फैक्टर. अदर फैक्टर में ये और अब आते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 60 पर, जिसमें हमें जेंडर रेशियो बताना था। तो ये रहा, बस इतना ही है। अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 61 पर आते हैं। इसमें हमें पॉइंट्स बताने थे कि मतलब इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर बताना था, इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर के पॉइंट्स बताने थे। तो यही है इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, इतना। अब क्वेश्चन नंबर 62 पर क्या था कि अर्बनाइजेशन के बारे में बताना था और उसके पॉजिटिव इफ़ेक्ट्स के बारे में बताना था। वैसे तो जनरली दो टाइप में डिवाइडेड है, एक पॉजिटिव इफ़ेक्ट होता है अर्बनाइजेशन का और नेगेटिव। तो इस क्वेश्चन में हमें सिर्फ पॉजिटिव इफ़ेक्ट्स बोले थे, इसलिए हमने सिर्फ पॉजिटिव इफ़ेक्ट्स ही लिए हैं। और लास्ट क्वेश्चन इज 63 नंबर, जिसमें हमें क्लस्टर बार डायग्राम बनाना था। ये ग्राफ की फ़ोटो इतनी अच्छी तो नहीं आई है, लेकिन मैनेज कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है। थैंक यू सो मच। दिस इज सिग्मा इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ एक्सीलेंस।